Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ronald G. Myers Aquatics Center for this most important of occasions today as we officially dedicate the building in the honor of Coach Ronnie Myers. With that, as we get started today, it's my pleasure to bring to the podium for our invocation our Director of Athletics and Head Baseball Coach, Mike Kennison.
If you would, just join me in prayer, please. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for another day of life and the many blessings that go with it. We thank you that we can come at this time and honor someone as you have instructed us to do. We know that when we honor others, we honor you. We pray that everything that is said and done here today would be positive, Lord, and be a positive reflection on you. We give you all honor, praise, and glory in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
We certainly have no bigger fan of the statesman and lady statesman and no bigger supporter than our own president, President Bill LaForge. And it's now my pleasure to bring him to the podium, President LaForge. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, and welcome to everyone this morning for such a grand event. And those of you back there, as John Lennon used to call it, the cheap seats, we got something special for you later. I don't know what it is, but Ronnie will come up with it. He always does. What a fitting tribute and opportunity to honor someone who has given so much of his life, so much of his career to Delta State. This is just one of those days when we like to say sometimes that it's always a great day at Delta State. Well, today is one of those super special days. And it's because we have the chance to recognize and pause for a moment and say to someone who means so much to everybody in this room and so many hundreds and hundreds of others who have swum in this pool, who have been in his classes, who have been inspired by the enthusiasm that he has carried through his 40-plus years of work at Delta State. It seems like yesterday, 49 years ago, when this brash young stud from Natchez came up 61 to come to Delta State with great ideas of playing basketball, and he could shoot hoops. He could score some points. None of the rest of us had a chance. He got the ball, he would score, and run track. And we met through our fraternity experience. And fortunate for us, he joined our group, and as they say, the rest is history. We had a great run. He was an outstanding student leader, a great leader in his own right in all the organizations. And then throughout his career, things that you're going to hear more about this morning, but most of you know instinctively, Ronnie has always had that standard of excellence. He even did so, and I've got to kid him a little bit, he was known in the fraternity as our thread man. He had always the top of the line clothes. The rest of us envied him. I don't know where he got it, but he knew how to get them. In fact, a few of our guys would borrow shirts from him, and they would catch hell for that. They didn't bring them back clean. A lot of fun over the years. This is a man who means so much to Delta State. Nobody has put in the time, blood, sweat, and tears that this man has over the years. I'm pleased to be here as part of this special recognition, and we're looking forward to a grand morning to dedicate in such a wonderful way a building that he built. This is the house Ronnie built. So I say to you, my friend, congratulations.
There's no better way to get a sense of how important Coach Myers is to all of us than hear from some of his former swimmers. And first today, I'd like to bring to the podium a four-time all-conference NSISC swimmer. She held 19 top 10 times during her career and a 2006 Delta State Sports Hall of Fame inductee, Chrissy Keller-Lamastis.
When my twin sister Catherine and I first came to Cleveland to swim for Delta State and Coach Ronnie Myers, we were 750 miles from home, our parents, and all that was familiar to us. Ronnie had recruited us and assured our parents that he would take care of us. He may have questioned that decision early on when he heard stories about his two freshman recruits riding their bicycles to Kmart in bikini tops and shorts. That was perfectly normal in Florida, but not so much in Cleveland. There were many adjustments to living in a new state, but Ronnie looked out for us from day one. He did that for all of his swimmers because we were all part of the same family. He encouraged his swimmers to get in the correct classes. He encouraged us to make good grades, taught us Floridians how to make a snowman, helped us get jobs, connected us with people, disciplined us when we needed it, and praised us when we earned it. He's known as the father of Mississippi swimming, but I'll say that he was my DSU dad too. Ronnie, thank you for your time, energy, worry, and love and work that you put into each of your swimmers. You've made a difference, and your influence right here from a swimming pool in Cleveland, Mississippi truly reaches worldwide.
No one on our college campus potentially has had more of an impact on international students here at Delta State than Coach Myers. And our next speaker is one of those. Cheto Goose, a four-time All-American for Coach Myers, held 22 top times here at Delta State. He finished fourth in the 50 free at the 2000 NCAA National Championships. He competed for the Turkish national team, and today he is a professor of art here at Delta State as well. Cheto Goose.
I'm so honored today to be standing here in this beautiful facility under the American flag, surrounded with the flags of the world. These world flags represent athletes from countries who competed for Delta State University. I was one of those athletes from Istanbul, Turkey. In 1998, I came to the United States in hopes of seeing this land and improving my English. I first enrolled to the University of Arkansas in Little Rock. Upon completion of my English studies and getting ready to pack my bags and return to my native land, I was fortunate to meet with Coach Myers and the DSU swimming and diving teams. As you may think that I was competing in Little Rock, showcasing my swimming skills, in reality, I was just there helping run one of the swim meets as a timer. With the reference of another Turkish swimmer recruited by Coach Myers a semester before, I introduced myself to Coach Myers and got recruited to DSU with a full scholarship. This act of confidence changed my life forever. As an athlete with Coach Myers, my teammates and I had many successes at the national levels. I'm standing before you as a result of one of Coach Myers' classic acts, which portrays humanity at its best. When recruiting me, Coach Myers shared his vision of this facility. When this facility was built and opened in 2001, I was already working for Coach Myers as one of his assistant coaches. I didn't get a chance to represent Delta State as an athlete at this pool, but was allowed to be married at this remarkable facility. 21 years later, my fortunate meeting with Coach Myers in 1998 led me to have a career at Delta State University as a professor of art in painting and drawing. It also led me to being happily married for 18 years, having 2 sons. Coach Myers, as I along with others have dreamed that one day this beautiful pool, which you engraved your efforts into DSU swimming and diving, will be named after you, is becoming a reality. Your legacy in this sport is continuing as DSU swimming and diving teams captured the 2nd place in the nation this year. I'm sure that many more accomplishments will follow. Congratulations to you on this incredibly well-deserved honor. Your name will live on this building and the hearts of many people forever.
Thank you, Chet. When Daniel Murray was named head coach here, some of the accolades and we all know that how successful Coach Myers was during his time here at Delta State. He began DAC in 1974, started the swimming and diving program in 1984. He made 15 appearances at the NCAA National Championships with the Statesmen, produced over 226 All-Conference and 56 All-Americans for both the Statesmen and the Lady Statesmen. Justin Whitaker was our first individual national champion in 2002 with a 100 back. And again, 21 academic All-Americans, 8 Kerr Award winners. And when he passed the torch to Coach Daniel Murray, Coach Murray has picked it up and continued to carry it in exactly the way that Coach Myers would want him to. This past year, he led the Statesmen to a runner-up finish at the NCAA National Championships. He was the 2019 NSISC, and as Daniel puts it, he's not Coach of the Year, he's Coaching Staff of the Year. I like the way he does that. The 2019 NSISC Men's Championship as well, and 40 NCAA All-American honors this year for our statesmen and lady statesmen at the NCAA Nationals. Coach Coach Daniel Murray.
Thank you very much, Matt. When I was first asked to speak at this dedication, I was humbled and honored, and it's obvious how much Ronnie has meant to not only this community and the athletes and students that have been here, with how many people are here today, Ronnie, and it's great to see so many people here to honor such a great man. When hearing about the plans for this world-class aquatic center from Ronnie when I first arrived in 2005, it was evident that tremendous thought and looking at every aspect of this pool went into putting this here for not only Delta State, but for the community. Anywhere from learn to swim lessons to PE classes to teaching scuba lessons, water aerobics, not only club swimming, but year-round swimming, college swimming, being able to host fantastic championship level meets. It was evident this pool was here to serve the entire community, and that's exactly what Ronnie helped make sure happened here at Delta State. When you think of swimming and diving at Delta, and this is anywhere in the Delta, you immediately think of this aquatic center and the man that helped put this here in Ronnie Myers. And I tell you what, Ronnie, you've made an incredible impact not only on thousands of students' lives, but student athletes' lives, and it's great that so many of them are here today to be here for your dedication. And I know Matt mentioned quite a few of your accomplishments, being able to start club swimming back in 1974, start the college team in 1984. But I tell you what, every single swim meet I go to for representing Delta Aquatic Club or Delta State University, anyone will come up and talk to me, they will say hello, and they immediately ask how Ronnie Myers is doing. And they think of you with the remembrance of how you treated them and how you treated every single student athlete. Every single person I meet and run into, they always ask about Ronnie Myers, and they love you very much. Personally, you've made a huge impact on my life and Coach career, and you've always treated me like a son. And being around you, that's exactly how you treat everybody that shows up at Delta State. You treat them like family. And it's not just Ronnie, it's both Karen, Anne Marie, Brady, your entire family treats everyone with great respect. And it's a great honor to know that this university is going to name this aquatic center after you. The college swimming and diving team is going to be very proud moving forward, swimming and competing and training in this aquatic center. I know all the athletes that come up here and train every day with the aquatic center are going to be happier knowing this pool is named after you, Ronnie. And I know Matt mentioned a lot of your accolades earlier, but I will tell you one of the number one stories that coaches talk about is great successes and how seasons go. But since I've been here since 2005, I bet I can count on one hand the amount of days that you have not been at this pool. You're here every single day, and that includes Saturdays and Sundays checking on this pool. This pool is your baby, but it's definitely something that's been your vision, and you've taken care of it like it's your own. And it's been fantastic being able to see that dedication that you've had for this aquatic center. But the number one story that Coach Myers talks about all the time, he has taught PE classes here for several decades. And he's had numerous NCAA appearances. He's had numerous Coach of the Year honors. One of the biggest joys that Coach Myers talks about every single time he finishes a class is the first time somebody learns how to swim for the first time in their life. And Ronnie gets tremendous joy of someone being able to learn, whether they're 5 years old to 60 years old, learning how to swim for the first time. And he will talk about their entire experience learning how to do that and all the challenges they've been able to overcome. And it's fantastic to know how much he cares about each and every person that comes over to this aquatic center. This distinguished and world-class aquatic center deserves to be named after somebody with similar qualities and characteristics. And that's exactly what's going to be happening here today. Ronnie, you're a true gentleman, dedicated statesman, distinguished coach, and most importantly, a world-class person. And it's a great honor to know that this pool is going to be named after you, not only starting today, but the rest of existence. And congratulations to you, Ronnie, and your entire family. Sorry about that. I didn't follow directions. It is now, without further ado, we'd like to introduce Coach Myers to come on up and speak to everybody that's here.
Wow.
Just want to say thank you. Thank you, President LaForge, the naming committee. Thank you to the EC for bestowing this honor upon me. I want to thank the athletic administration, Coach Kennison, Matt Jones, Dana George, Barkley Faulkner, Abby Howard, Kim Pongietti, and Fred Sankton for putting this occasion on for us today. First of all, I'd like to have Roy Collins, Chris Collins, and Steve Davis please stand up. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart for building this facility and what they've done over the years. I don't know if people know it, but the letters on the building, Roy Collins Construction Company paid for them and put them up, and we thank them for that. If Larry Singleton would please stand up. Larry Singleton was the architect for this building, and I couldn't have had a better architect, or Delta State could not have had a better architect than Larry Singleton. He captured, I say, my vision, our vision of what we wanted here in this aquatic center. When you build a facility like this, you do programming, you write down everything that you want to use the facility for, and then you sit down and try to come up with it. Thanks to Larry, we were able to get this facility under budget. You know, I've been to a lot of aquatic centers over the years, and his vision for this is unbelievable. The light that comes in here, the brightness. Most pools you go to are real dark, and he did a great job with that. He was easy to work with. You know, we spent many an hour trying to figure out how we was going to get this much water. It was very important to get 1 million gallons of water in a 50-meter pool. We even looked at leaving all this empty underneath here and come back and do it later if we had to. But thanks to Roy Collins Construction Company for giving us such a great bid, we were able to get this facility done. Believe it or not, this building was built for $122 a square foot. Today, it'd be $400 a square foot to build this building. So thank you for what y'all have done. And Larry, thank you for everything over the years. Karen and Anne Marie, y'all stand up. These two right here have been beside me the whole time. Karen, ever since 1974, with Delta Aquatic Club, she helped coach a team all those years. Poor Anne Marie never knew anything else but swimming. Swam her first race at 3 years old. You know, by the time she was 8 years old, my goodness, she'd been swimming for 5, 6 years. So, but she swam all the way through college, went to Delta State, and of course, Anne Marie was very fortunate to be on the United States Swimming National Committee there. Karen was chairman of Mississippi Swimming. So our family, it's been our life, you know, and we hope that maybe someday we'll do this, but we don't want to push him into it. So there. So thank y'all, Karen and Anne Marie. Dr. Kent White. Dr. White was president back when we first started getting funding for this facility, and he gives a lot of credit to Charlie Capps for helping us get this facility, but it was Kent White, we know. And his running mate at the time, Leroy Morgani, those two were the ones that really helped us get the funding. I was looking through the filing cabinet in here this week, and I came across some paperwork. This was November 22nd, 1996, okay? What we had done back then, you know, you didn't have social media. We had taken the book of the Mississippi House of Representatives, the senators, and we made copies of all their pictures, their addresses, and we wrote a letter to all the swimming parents in the state of Mississippi to call their legislators to ask them if they would help get funding for this facility. And Dr. White and Leroy Morgani can tell you that when they went down to the legislative session that year, almost everybody in there had it on their agenda for funding for this facility. But thank you, Dr. White, for what you've done over the years. You know, I mentioned Leroy Morgani, and Leroy I always thanked Leroy for helping us get the funding of this building, and he always said that he would like to be here at a dedication like this. But I know he's looking down on us today, and thank you for him. Charlie Capps, again. Charlie was the head of appropriations for the state of Mississippi, and he was a big influence on getting this building. Dr. Bob Nettles, the CFO at the time. Bob hung with us on the funding and working on it to get this facility, so that was great. Dr. Milton Wilder actually chaired the committee for this, and I thank him over the years for what he did there. You know, as I think about my name going on this building, one thing that really makes me feel good about it is the fact that my name's going to be on this building right next to Forrest White. Okay. What a lot of you don't know is that Dr. White's daddy, Forrest White, he was a pioneer in swimming at Delta State. Forrest White, or Jeff White, he planned the old facility. It was brand new in 1969 at Rex Line. Some of my buddies worked in. Dr. White, Forrest White, back in the day, they used to have water shows at the old pool over here. And like I say, he was a great mentor of mine over the years, and that makes me feel good to know that. Also, as history goes, think about your name being on a building and how great it is that I got to know many, many of the people whose buildings out here. Ewing and Gunn, Coach Ferris, O.W. Riley, he's the one that recruited me at Del State. Hugh Smith, and of course I mentioned Hugh several times in another speech I had here. Hugh taught me a lot. And of course Dr. LaForge, Gladys Castle, Malcolm Norwood, Gibson, Chadwick, Darrell Foreman, Coach McCool, Dr. Jacobs, Coach Wade, H.L. Nowell, Hugh Ellis Walker, Odell Morgan, who's the library. You know, people talk about I was here 42 years. I think she was here 50. So she's one of the longest people we had. Jimmy Williams Bookstore, Leroy Morgani, Cooper. And of course, I can't go without talking about Dr. Wayne Blanson. We were here 40 years together. He was as much a part of helping us get this aquatic center as anybody. He always encouraged me to what I was doing, and he helped encourage Dr. White and Mr. Capps and Leroy and them to get the funding for this facility. And of course, Dave Heflin, rooms just right here in the next building, and Henry Outlaw over the years. I know we mentioned this just a little minute ago, but one of the things I'm most proud about this facility is the economic development that it's given to this area. That's what we told Charlie Capps and the legislature that we do. If we built a facility like this, then we'd be able to bring people to this area. There are folks that come to Cleveland, Mississippi that never would come if it hadn't been for this facility right here. And I'm really appreciative of that. I know Dinesh Chawla did a big research study one time that he gave to the chamber and the mayor on the swim meets and how they bring more economic development to this area than any other event we put on in this town. And I think that's one of the reasons we got more hotels going in. Also, when we started trying to build this building, they asked about whether or not the legislature would give money to an athletic facility. Well, this is an athletic facility. This is also a classroom facility. And Dano mentioned that a while ago. How many people we've taught how to swim here? I know our provost is proud of that. The dean of the College of Education, I know Leslie's proud of what we've done over the years. But, you know, we use this for Ochre Camp. We use it for everything. You know, I would say we need more water, but, you know, that's for the future. Okay? All right. The other thing that I want to say that's very important about this is the friendships I've been able to make over the years at this aquatic center here. When Larry was Singleton, when we were building the building, he had these doors here. We're going to be on that end of the building. And I asked him to put them here next to my office. Several factors: safety. I can see people coming in and out. And also, it was an opportunity for me to meet and greet and talk to people every day. So I can't say how much that's meant to me over the years, being able to do that. You know, when you retire for 90 days, you're not supposed to work, volunteer, or do anything. That was the toughest 90 days I've ever had to do in my whole life. You know, so I still came by and said hello to people every day. So, but again, Delta, you know, I feel like the swimming program here over the years, in this building, and my love for it all goes back to 1974, Delta Aquatic Club. Many of the people, several of the people here, they swam in Delta Aquatic Club in 1974, and their children have swam, and I really feel like that's what really got me started on really loving this. And then, of course, the Delta State swim team and what it's done over the years, and quality of the student athletes we've gotten. You know, people like Chitano Goose and Chrissy and Suzanne and Ted and we got Philip Vowell here today. He got the first men's scholarship ever at Delta State, and I appreciate him coming today for this. I also want to thank everybody who participated in swimming classes over the years. Thank facilities management. When you run a facility like this, there's no way you can do anything without getting to know everybody in facilities management. And I appreciate what they've done over the years. I want to thank Dan O'Murray, Doug Pinkerton, Tim Colbert for what they're doing to continue to carry this dream of mine on with this facility and keep it going. You know, I always say very few people get a chance to live their dreams. I've been blessed to be one of the few that had that chance. I got to dream it. I got to help fund this facility. I got help to supervise the facility, the supervise the building of it, and I got to work in this aquatic center for 18 years. Delta State has afforded me a life well lived, and I would not trade places with anybody. This is a great honor, and I thank y'all for this, and I'll be humbled for this the rest of my life. But I promise you I'll continue to work, do everything I can to help Delta State, but Delta State's been so good to me. Thank you very much.
Once again, we thank you for joining us today. We have a very special reception for Coach Myers and his family directly in the lobby here to our right. We hope that you will stay with us as we recognize Coach Myers here today, and thank you for joining us. Once again, a big round of applause for Coach Ronnie Myers.